just too chaotic.
These
Uh,
things these things
yeah.
get more complicated.
Yeah, that was the credit. I didn't know it was booted until minutes later. Um, yeah. Anyway, it's streaming now.
Oh, they all get booted.
Yeah, and the YouTube, it was supposed to stream on YouTube, and that just for some reason didn't work.
Hmm.
Um, it was on the switch saying that it was on, said it was on, but it was just not happening. But
See,
hopefully Riverside irons out all
we
these sort of
can't
things.
control this technology. How are we going to deal with technology that's as smart as us or smarter?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So this is the problem. There's a tension between control, which we know we're going to have to relinquish at some stage with something that's far more powerful than us,
yeah,
and the motivation. If what we have is an uncontrolled, perversely motivated AI that we've just lost, there's no way we can claw back, unless the AI converges on goodness somehow. If we get AI's values right, and control it up to the stage where it's, on balance, far more likely to continue along the trajectory of value rather than Shoggoth, then yeah, perhaps we're in a better position. But at some stage, many people, including myself, say, well, control isn't going to work forever. So we've got to get values right sooner or later.
yeah. Wouldn't it be great if friendliness was an emergent property of intelligence?
Yeah,
Of intelligence.
yeah, yeah. I'd hope so. I'm not betting on it, but there's, I guess I'd give it some credence. I
Yeah,
can't argue. I can't say that it's impossible. Maybe it's just luck. If we have a landscape of value that's absolutely huge, and so as I mentioned before, some spots in the landscape of value fizzle out really quickly because it's self-destructive. Some
yeah,
spaces in value landscape persist for some time until they bump up against the spikes of reality, which internally consistent but ungrounded doesn't mean it's it's aligned with actual reality. But
yeah,
some like strong attractor spaces in the landscape of possible values are strong attracted by virtue of them actually being consistent and also being grounded and being attractive for both survival and flourishing reasons. Maybe AI will eventually find its way there, as long
yeah,
as it's got like the value of epistemic humility, and care built into its seed, perhaps. Yeah.
yeah. Well, well, I mean, if there's some way we could, these emergent properties came from the data. If you could build in care into the data at the start of the AI, if you made layers of care before you put down anything else, and I'm just talking, I'm using generative
Yeah.
AI as a metaphor because you might leave generative AI at some point. You
Mm.
might say it's too risky and go in a different direction,
Mm.
which might be a good idea because it's got so many surprises.
Yeah.
But, well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to leave you, but
Oh.
you've got because you're going to be sitting around for
Yeah,
another
no problem.
4 hours. Who's coming on at 12?
Yeah. Yeah. Um, okay, so the talk at 12 is by Fan Zhuan Tan, and his I think it's at one of the universities here in Tokyo.
Oh,
I'm not in Tokyo, by the way, but I'm nearby. He's going to be talking about educating AI and education. It's educating on, say, AI safety. Yeah, he's at the Shibara Institute of Technology,
huh.
and he's going to be talking about like artificial intelligence. It's transformative, but we need to make it friendly. So he's going to be talking about educating people about and
This is
getting
this
people
is
aware of this,
you're going to have a website where
about AI safety.
all this stuff is retrievable, right? Or
Yeah. It's I'll
good.
send it to you, but it's the main conference website. It's got all the links from all the talks to
Oh, great.
the abstracts, and then in the abstracts or the blurbs, they've got
Beautiful.
links from there.
Well
Yeah.
done. Well done.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so
Well, I hope
much.
to speak to you again, like
Yes.
about your up and coming books, and maybe do something more dedicated once I've read your intelligence explosion book and hopefully shortly afterwards the AI arms race one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one's just scary as shit.
yeah, man,
Um,
absolutely.
but well, take care and thank you so much for
Yep.
inviting me.
Oh, no
And
problems.
I
Yeah,
look forward to chatting with you
I've really
again.
enjoyed your material. It's great that you've dedicated huge amounts of thought cycles and time and energy to helping promote these ideas. They're very
Well,
important, and now I think people are wising up to this. I think I said to early on in the day, we're in this "I told you so" moment.
yeah, no shit. No shit. We were talking about this stuff. You and I were talking about this stuff, 2013 or 14.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you were
Your
probably
book.
doing it before that.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. I organised my first conference on it in 2010.
My
Mm.
goodness, you guys were really ahead of the game.
Oh, it's I mean, it won't matter if we all die. I'd rather we all like survive, and then maybe I can boast.
Yes.
Until then, like I'm going to put more of my energy into actually trying to get out and push
Yeah.
rather than
Yeah.
stand up and boast. But
Good.
yeah, I feel a little bit smug and have that sort of luxury sometimes, but it doesn't really help.
No, it's yeah. I worry about my kids, but
Hmm.
anyway, do you have any kids? Do you have any children?
No, no kids,
Well,
no
that's
children, but I've got family members who've had children, so yeah, I do care about the next generation.
yeah, yeah,
Not just because they're directly related to me, but because I just generally care.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Of course. Well, have a good night. I hope you get some rest at some
Yes, you
point.
too, James.
And
Yeah, well, it's
I look.
11:30. It's closing on like midday, 11:45. So I've got plenty of hours left.
My goodness. Well,
Yeah.
let's keep in touch. Good talking to you.
Yep. Will do.
All right.
Absolutely. Thanks, James. I'll send you an email with some
Adios.
links anyway.
Okay.
Adios.
Adios.
Thanks.
I have to figure out how to get out of here now. There we go.
There. So thanks everyone for tuning in. The next talk will start when? It says my agenda says 12:30 JST. That's Japan. 14:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. 19:30 uh, Pacific Time. 22:30 Eastern Time US, and 3:30 in the morning GMT. So yeah, it's still morning for me. For many watchers, it might be evening. So yeah, I'll see you soon. I'm just gonna leave this studio open. Hopefully, yeah, you guys won't be disconnected when I stop the recording. Although I think you will be. Anyway, yes, you can still stay, but if you get booted, this will be reconnected later at the start, like very shortly.